You know what's really wild now is you're getting all these Russia, Ukraine war videos that you could get on. People are sharing them on Telegram.
Oddly enough, I haven't got a hold of those. And
they're rough. They're rough because this is all, cell phone footage and high resolution, Samsung camera footage.
I see dudes I see people getting like their apartment hit by a fucking jet.
Yeah. I saw one where they killed a guy with a sledgehammer.
Whoa.
Dude, they're rough. They're filming shit and putting it online. Yeah. There was this one where this Russian soldier made it into this little area where these Ukrainian guys had been. They were in like a ditch.
Yeah.
And he executed both of them. And it's like close range rifle shots to the head. And you're like, whoa.
You're like, oh my God. Whoa. Riley! Obviously, it's not funny.
It's like, whoa. Like anybody who thinks that, there's something about like the concept of war without visual confirmation of the horrors of war.
Yeah.
Like I think people, like how many people that are like really left on Twitter are like literally asking for us to support Ukraine in this war against Russia with more military spending. The people on the left, which is really fascinating, right? But I think part of this whole call to war, it becomes like the thing that the other side is opposed to. So you're going to support this thing.
Yeah.
And you're going to be aligned because the good people are on this side and they're clearly aligned with that thing. So you're going to be on that thing. But if you could see it, if like we had to watch every day, we had to watch footage from the war.
Yeah, you'd say stop.
Yeah. If there was a channel, because you have all these channels that are dedicated to the news, there's plenty of footage out there that they could capture to show you the actual horrors of war.
I think that's been a problem with war.
Yeah.
Forever. But is that dudes that get out of it go, we don't need this. We got to stop. This is the worst thing possible.
Yeah.
It's like fucking Red Badge of Courage in the Civil War. They wrote a book that there was like, it's not what you think it is. It's not glory. It's cowardice. It's the worst thing possible.
It's hard.
It's all evil.
Yeah, it's all evil.
Fucking.
But don't you think that without seeing it, I don't know, that decision should be super important, right? But yet, there's very little, there's very little in terms of like promoting the actual violence of war in a visual form. There's very little of that available where you could just go to a channel and say, if you want to know what's going on in war, we're going to show you all the video footage that's been accumulated every day of the war in Ukraine. So you'll be able to watch hours and hours of cell phone videos every day of people getting executed, people getting tortured, people getting killed, drone bombed, all that shit. Yeah. And then you can decide if you want to support war. Because if you don't see that, and then you say you want to support war, what does that even mean? Like you're talking about some sort of term that doesn't apply to anything that's going to affect your life.
Yeah. I don't know, dude.
It's weird, right?
Yeah. I was, this is a little off topic, but like, I sympathize with fucking Neville Chamberlain. The guy that, like, when Hitler was going wild and he was like, whatever we need to do to avoid war, let's placate and allow. So Chamberlain's, like, considered, like, a coward throughout history. Because then Churchill came in and was like, we're going to fucking fight.
Wow.
But he was the guy, he had witnessed World War I. And he was like, we can't do this again. If he wants to take fucking Czechoslovakia, fucking let him. And everyone was like, this guy's a coward.
Wow.
But then you realize that guy, he was doing what he thought was right. He didn't know there was concentration camps.
Right.
I don't know. And this is definitely not a Nazi Germany versus democracies or allies war. This is, who the fuck knows what this is?
This is a scarier war.
This is a weird war.
It's a weird one.
And it's not like, I don't know.
There's like, it's very clear that.
Fuck. That's the thing. You drink a couple beers, you try to talk. You sound like a dickhead.
No, you don't sound like a dickhead.
I'm just saying, like World War II, it was good guys versus bad guys.
Right.
And we were the good guys. Russia was bad. It was good guys and a bad guy
versus
teaming up to fight the worst guy.
Yeah.
This one, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Russia versus Ukraine. What's going on? This isn't a clear cut fucking, we need to do it.
Well,
I don't know.
It's not, it's
I genuinely don't know anything.
It's not good. It's not good. And it's not, it doesn't, when people are anxious and they're worried about war, they make very rash decisions. Like I remember in the 80s, everybody was really terrified of a war with Russia. Like it hung over our head. I don't know if people know that. Like there was, during the Red Scare, during the Russia times, it's like in the 1980s, everybody was constantly worried about a war with Russia. And then when the Soviet Union collapsed, when that happened, it was like a giant weight got lifted off everyone's shoulder.
Now it's time for us to fight drugs.
But yeah, exactly.
Now it's time for us to go to war with drugs.
We went to war on drugs. When the Soviet Union collapsed, it was the whole world took a sigh of relief. And for a long time, we didn't worry about war again. And now here we are. Here we are with like supersonic nukes. Like what? Hypersonic nukes?
Yeah, we can't let people do that.
Yeah. But the problem is,
I'm not going to do anything.
If you look at what people have done throughout history, if we say, "Oh, we would never do that again," we're too rational.
We would.
Yeah, but
it happens every time.
Throughout history and all
World War II happened.
Right. Yeah.
Right after World War I.
Oh yeah.
They just witnessed what happened.
Yeah.
And then those dudes sent their sons.
Yeah.
And they knew their sons were going to experience what they did, which was the worst shit of all time.
Yeah.
And it's not like we're fucking above war now.
Dude, that time we were on Protect Our Parks and you texted your uncle about Vietnam.
Yeah, that was a little dark. That was a dark one.
That was heavy.
Yeah.
That was heavy.
Yeah.
That war. Imagine going to that war and then you realize at the end that the whole country got duped.
You realize it was pointless?
Gulf of Tonkin was a false flag. The whole thing
They
was
knew it was
ridiculous.
wrong from day one.
How much of Vietnam do you think had to do with heroin?
I don't know. People
Not
make that
0%.
People make that argument with Afghanistan too.
Yeah, not 0%. Well, listen, the argument about Afghanistan is ridiculous. They shouldn't make that argument because
Why?
only 96% of the world's heroin comes from Afghanistan.
All of the heroin? You mean that
They
thing?
shouldn't make that argument.
Yeah.
That's a fucking conspiracy theory, and you're a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, if you look up when Afghanistan became the
They don't want
world's
that money.
largest exporter, it was 2002, 2003.
Stop it.
Yeah.
They don't want that money. Listen, I know our government. I know how they operate. The
They wouldn't
last
do that.
thing they want is heroin money. You son of a bitch.